Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Madam Rohani Zan Malazan. From Group 4, we're representing our group case study, which portfolio analysis. So, your team made up for four students, which is I'm the group leader, Muhammad Hakim bin Jaafar.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Akmal bin Abdul Aziz.
My name is Muhammad Ahmad Shafan bin Irwan Zaman Shari.
And I am Muhammad Farhan bin Zaidan. So, regarding portfolio analysis, it is a portfolio management that includes choosing and dealing with an investment policy that limits the risk and boosts the return of investment. Each of individual has a unique investment portfolio and requires a custom investment plan for them. So, what are the major parts of portfolio analysis? The first one is security analysis, which is the computation of risk and return for single stock. And portfolio analysis is the computation of risk and return for the portfolio based on the combination of selected stock. And the last one is comparative analysis, which compares the portfolio risk and return with the market risk and return.
So, we are going to phase one, which is security analysis in stock screening. I would like to invite Akmal for representing the analysis.
We have choose 5 selected stock for security analysis. The first is Hetech Padu Berhad. ROE for the Hetech Padu is 12.18% and the EPS 14.13%. Hetech Padu is in industry technology. The second is Apex Healthcare Berhad. The ROE is 12.2% and the EPS 11.71%. The company is on healthcare industry. The third is Westport Holding Berhad. ROE for Westport is 23.13% and the EPS 18.08%. The industry of Westport is on transportation. The fourth company is United Plantation Berhad. The ROE 13.96%, 59%. The EPS 51.25% is on agriculture industry. And the last company we choose is Lee Hai Industry Berhad. The ROE 19.41% and the EPS 32.21%, which is in manufacture industry. So, Hetech Padu Berhad, formerly known as PNB Information Technology Sdn Berhad, before listed to Bursa Malaysia. The principal activity of the company are the information technology, mailing and document processing service, television content service, and also property. It operates in Australia, Saudi Arabia, China, the United Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom, and also in Southeast Asia country. The headquarters for the business at Menara High-Tech Village in USJ1, Subang Jaya. The current chairman appointed is Tan Sri Datuk Sri Abi Musa Asari Mohammed Noor.
The next company is Apex Healthcare Berhad. It is founded in 1962 in Malacca, Malaysia as a retail consumer pharmacy. Their main activities is manufacturing of patent pharmaceuticals such as respiratory system, cardiovascular, hormones, and many more. Apex Healthcare Berhad has subsidiaries in Malaysia and Singapore and offices in Vietnam and Myanmar. The key subsidiary is Sipa Sol Pattinson Sendirian Berhad and Apex Pharmacy Marketing Sendirian Berhad in Malaysia and Apex Pharma Marketing Pte Ltd. Both are wholesalers and distributors in Malaysia and Singapore respectively.
Moving on to Lihan Industry Berhad. On 20 March 2000, Lihan Industry Berhad was issued an initial public offering IPO and was announced to public on 23 March 2000 with 6,020,000 of shares issued at an issue price of RM 1.60% per share. Lihan was incorporated in 1994 with headquarters at Muar. This company was listed in main market under consumer product and service sector. The principal activity of the company are produce, they distribute wooden and furniture in a national market and foreign market. Lihan was supplied over 40 countries with Asia, United States, and Australia as major market. Mr. Chua Lee Seng was appointed as first chairman of Lihan after transition from From time to time, he was appointed again and derived the company to have a good performance.
The next company is Westport Holding Berhad. Westport Holding Berhad was founded in 1994. They are a multi-cargo terminal which is located in Pulau Indah, Port Klang. Westport handles all types of cargoes in containers, breakbulks, and other conventional cargoes, and it has become the 18th busiest seaport in the world. The company is listed in the main market of Bursa Malaysia in the transportation and logistics industry, and they are the number one seaport in the country and the second busiest port in Southeast Asia.
So the last company that we chose is the United Plantation Berhad, which is engaged in the cultivation of oil palm and other plantation crops, including processing of their product. The company operates in three segments, which is the plantations, the palm oil refining, and other segments. The plantation segment carries on the business of oil palm and coconut cultivation and processing on its plantation in the peninsula Malaysia and Kalimantan, Indonesia. The palm oil refining segment in the business of palm oil processing, manufacturing of edible oils, fat, cocoa, butter, certificates, and trading in crude palm oil and palm oil products. The other segments consist of bulking facilities, which carries on the business of handling and storage of vegetables, oils, and molasses.
After we introduce the five company, so FTSE Bursa Malaysia KSCI Index, or we know as Bursa Malaysia, the exchange is fully incorporated and provide facility including clearing, exchanging, listing, depository, and settlement. It has a fully electronic trading system that was initiated at the end of 2008. 900 firms are willing to use it to collect money through a variety of various business practices according to the exchange website. It is the largest index and is made up of the top 30 companies listed on the Bursa Malaysia Exchange. This index replaced the industrial index as the changes of the world economy, market needed an index that reflected market performance, was sensitive to investor expectation, indicated changes in the government policy, and responded to structural changes in the economy.
So, we are going to the phase 1.2, security analysis, the computation of single risk and return. I would like to invite Farhan for explain regarding this calculation.
Okay, thank you, Hakim. So for the expected return, the highest number is 53.7065, which held by the Lihan company. And the lowest number is by the United Plantation Berhad at 6.8737. Next, we move on to variance, as Lihan has the highest number at 6,342.4131, and the lowest number is yet again held by United Plantation at 81.2311. As for the standard deviation, the highest number is 79.6393, which is the Lihan company, and the lowest number is also from the United Plantation Berhad at 5.5885. For the coefficient variance, the highest number is held by ATAC Padu Berhad at 2.0885, and the lowest is held by the Apex Healthcare Berhad at 0.5147. So next we move on to Hakim.
Okay, the result from the computation, we can see. In proceed to the next phase, the selection of stock must be done based off this factor. Okay, the first one is the lowest risk to reduce the dissemination of the risk between stock as the objective of the portfolio management. And then the highest return able to achieve an effective rate of return. Okay, below the passage, we can see we choose 3 out of 5 stock, which is Apex Healthcare, United Plantation Berhad, and also Lihan Industry Berhad. We are ranking up, start with Apex with the lowest rate into the Lihan with the highest rate. Okay, so we are going to the next phase, which is phase 2, the portfolio analysis. computation of the portfolio risk and return. I would like to invite Ahmad Shafwan to explain regarding this topic.
So from the question, we have received that we have to put in 2 million into 3 companies. So we have chose these 3 companies because of the lowest CV. So and we have put 40% into Apex, 35% into United Plantation, and 25% into Lihen. Regarding the relationship between the selected stocks, A is Apex, B is United Plantation, and C is Lihen. From here, we can see that United Plantation and Lihen that has a positive relationship between each other. And for the other 2 stocks, such as AB, which is Apex and United Plantation, and Apex and Lihen, they do not have a positive relationship between each other. Referring to the Markowitz model in the portfolio return, our portfolio return for these 3 selected stocks is 26.2393. And for our risk is 38.9087.
Okay, moving on to the phase 3, which is comparative analysis. And I would like to invite Akmal Aziz to explain regarding this topic. So, Akmal?
Thank you, Hakim. So, why we need to compare with the market? The first, to see the performance of the portfolio with the market from its index movement and volatility. Second, to predict the future of the stock, and the last is to see the relationship between portfolio and market. So below is the table of the risk and return of KSCI and portfolio. So interpretation from analysis, referring to the expected return data, portfolio from the selected stock shows higher return than KSCI index with value of 26.12193%, while KSCI index only at negative 1.87 at 4%, which indicate the portfolio return against KLSCI index to a better one. While for standard deviation of both instruments shows that the portfolio has a higher rate with number of 38.9087, while KSCI index shows a lower rate with only 5.7801. This indicates that portfolio have a greater market volatility than KSCI index. The outcome from the return shows that the performance of portfolio made up from Apex Healthcare, United Plantation, and Lihen outperform as the expected return from the portfolio is greater than return on market. The wave of 26.2193% is greater than negative 1.8784%, shows that the portfolio is heavier from KSCI index. And outperform indicator tells the investor that the portfolio has a good performance either in their financial position or in price position, which make the company in the portfolio in a strong position.
So, for last section, I will explain the conclusion and recommendation from this analysis. Okay, the conclusion can be made from this analysis. The portfolio managers use it as a support for the decision making in reducing the risk and of from selected stock, disseminate the weightage of each selected stock, and observing the performance of portfolio and the market movement. And then the evaluation can be made from the outcome of the analysis, which the result may indicate the portfolio is in the position of buy, sell, or hold. Okay, from this analysis, it shows that the portfolio return is higher than market return, which shows that the portfolio have a better outcome, while the risk of the portfolio also show greater than a market risk, which indicate the portfolio have a greater price volatility than the market. As the result, this portfolio is not considered as the best investment to choose, as the return are not equivalent with the risk bear by the investor. So, what recommendation can be give for enhancing the portfolio? So, the combination of these stocks are not good for generating income, as the investor need to bear higher risk of losses. And then the replacement of stock with high risk of loss need to be done with the lower risk and high return. And then Lihan shows the higher risk among these three stocks and need to be replaced with a better one. The less influence of the high risk and the higher return will bring to the success of portfolio manager. That's all for our discussion today. Thank you for hearing. Goodbye.